What's up, everybody? Michael Joseph back again. I got some content for you, and this time I have a brand new hair system from LaVivid. And this one is really unique in the sense that it has a feature that no other hair system that I've used yet actually has. So I'm super excited to share this with you for anybody that's been wearing hair systems and understand that, hey, sometimes we have life. We've got sweat, we've got body oils, we've got odors from ourselves, from the adhesives we're using, things like that. This actually solves all of that for you. So I'm really, really excited to unbox this thing, actually install it, get it cut, and live with this thing. So check it out. Let's go. Okay, here we go. About to open this bad boy. And you know I love a good magnetic closure. Check this little bad boy out. Oh, yeah. Oh, Zeno, what's up, buddy? Making a little cameo. All right, check this out. For the first time ever, dun, da, da, da. Let's see if it'll focus here. The first ever antimicrobial hair system. Pretty freaking amazing. So on the base of this hair system actually has an antimicrobial lining, I believe, and that allows for a few different things. Okay, number one is that any of the bacteria, any germs, anything that could be potentially odor causing, that's where the odor comes from, is from the bacteria, growing and things like that. That takes care of all of it. Okay, so pretty amazing. As you can see, I got the 320 color. Let's zoom in here. There we go. 320 color, so that's a 3. It's a kind of a medium light brown, and 20% gray, and the 8x10. Usually I can wear an 8x10 or a 7x10, but 10 all the way. This is my hair color right here. I could go 30% gray, but why not take a few years off the old age system here if we can. So I'm super pumped. LaVivid always puts out a really great product, but this time, being that it's antimicrobial, I'm super excited to give this a full couple of weeks of wear if I can get to it, and see what the differences are. So here we go. Next time. All right, okay, here we come in with a voiceover. Look at the box. It's a cool box. Super excited. It's always exciting for new hair system day for me. It just feels fresh, and as you'll see here in a second, I haven't had a proper haircut in a long time. So here I am removing my old system. It was a great system. It was a little, I want to say I had that one for about a week or so attached anyway. So it came off fairly clean. There's the hair. For anybody that's never seen a hair system, that's kind of what it looks like. I will be using some Walker Tape's Ultra Hold, the liquid. I've got the Walker Tape Scalp Protector. I usually use either this one because it's the spray and I love that, or I'll use the Max Hold Sport, which is more of a roll-on. Okay, and these are the Ultra mini tabs. I'll show the packaging here in a second if you want to pick these up. But those little tape guys save my life. So much cleaner than the liquid adhesives around the front, like I'm showing here, and around the perimeter, the backside. And then, as you'll see, I just used the liquid adhesive on certain parts of my scalp, right here and right there on the crown. Okay, that is the best hold, but it is a little bit messy when it starts to break down. You get sweaty, all that kind of stuff. So I leave it in the middle. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna give a little spritz on the dome there. This essentially seals up the pores so the adhesive itself doesn't actually get in there, and also helps protect against some of the oils and sweat. And there's the Ultra Hold Minis. I like the C curvature to it. Okay, so here you go. I'm just taking off the safeties, and then here I'm attempting to do a double mirrored version because I'm looking at my phone and also a mirror. So my brain is trying to do all sorts of calculus and trigonometry and geometry to make sure that I can, land this puppy on the surface of the moon here. We're doing a lunar landing with that tape. As you can see, I'm a little bit off there. But here's the cool part about hair systems. It does not need to be perfect. These kind of ridges here. And I've used the shape, the curvature of those tabs to kind of line up with the natural shaving of my head. Now, the cool part about this is I've only measured my head one time to shave it, and then I've never done it again. Okay, the first time 5 years ago this month is the first time I ever shaved my head according to any sort of template or sizing or anything like that. And then I got smart and I started to shave it in that kind of curvature so I could just use those tabs. Really simple. Now, what you'll see here is that most systems and some systems come with this little extra skin. You can just go ahead and remove that. I don't attach the system, then try to remove it. It's just, you're not going to get a clean cut on it usually. And it's a little too close to the dome for me to be using sharp utensils. So here I am just kind of snipping that stuff down. I'm just MacGyvering it with some little scissors here, some safety scissors. And there you have it, comes right off. Easy peasy. And then what I'll usually do at that point when I get all of the excess off is you will, in fact, lose some hairs. And again, you have thousands and thousands of hairs here. So I just usually just run my fingers through and take out some of that excess. All right, here we go. You can kind of see the backside where the tag is there. Easy peasy. That's going to go in the backside of the head if you did not know. It's a good way of being able to know which side's which so you don't ever put that thing in backwards. And you'll see here in a second, I'm going to put those mini tabs along the front hairline as well. Now I'm just dry fitting it on there. I have not taken off the blue safety part of that tape. I'm just lining up the back, making sure I get it nice and snug against the scalp. Back is set. And then here, I'm going to do the little forefinger to make sure I've got right placement for the front. Here I'm checking the temples to make sure it's all lining up appropriately here as well. As you can see, bada bing, bada boom. And those tape ends line right up to the temples as well. All right, so now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna gently, without disturbing the placement, bring up the front half here. Okay, move my luscious locks out of the way, as you can tell. And here I'm actually grabbing the Ultra Hold, the liquid adhesive, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that down first, because as I do it, right, as I put it on there, I'm also going to need to remove the blue, kind of the safety back of the tape. And it'll give a second for the adhesive to dry a little bit. I will typically use, a hair dryer or blow dryer to help that drying process, or sometimes I'll just wave my hands like a little tiny flapping flamingo. It's relatively simple to use. Now, if you're not used to a liquid adhesive like this, you can see where it may snag a hair or two, and that's totally fine. When I get this haircut, likely that hair that has a tiny bit of glue, it's a little bit sticky, it's gonna be cut off anyway. Okay, again, nothing to really worry about, but you've got to make sure those hairs get out of the way so you don't do what I just did there. And then what I'm doing, I'm just grabbing the back side of the hair and keep my fingers out of the glue or the tape. And I'm just peeling off the tape, just feeling around for the edge. And then I grab that edge and bada bing. Okay, now it is 100% set. Might give it a little flamingo flap there. All right, and then I use my other hand pushing from the back and just making sure I kind of roll on the system, keeping the hair out of the way. Okay, it's inevitable. I may get a hair in there, one or two. Oh, I just saw a bunch of hair get caught up in there. I hope you did too, because this happens. This is real life. I'm not perfect, even after 5 years. And I remember a little chunk of hair in there. But here's the thing. Number one, it's likely going to be cut off. But number two is when you do that enough, if you catch enough hair in there, you're just going to get more and more, specific on how you do this so you don't have to run into that again. Okay. So I'm going to probably grab a comb here in a second, start to see where I've caught some hairs up in, on the underside of the system there. But it's really straightforward. As long as you dry fit it and it feels good, you've done the oh, there I am, found it. Yep, that'll teach you after 5 years. No, it won't teach you. It won't teach me. Some of you are much better at this, okay? So give me all your critiques. I can handle it. But see, I'm just kind of making sure, hey, did it land where I wanted it to? 4 fingers there, 4 fingers there. Awesome. Things are looking good. Now, for some of you, I'm 40 years old. If I wanted to push that back a little bit more like 4.5, 5 fingers, I could easily do that. All right, so now that that's nice and snug and secure, I am flipping up that front. I'm gonna do the same thing on the back, okay? Oh, look at that, little, and I'm going to try to do the double mirror slit experiment. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just applying that liquid to the center there. Easy peasy. Now, I actually do one layer of the adhesive. Some people will do two. They'll either put it on the scalp, let it dry, and also put another layer on top of that. Some of them will do a layer on the scalp, a layer on the system itself, and then it kind of Velcros together. You can get longer wear times out of it, I'll say, but typically I don't see much of a difference between, what I'm doing here with one layer of that adhesive with the scalp protectant and 2 layers of the liquid adhesive. The reason being is because I do sweat a lot, I do work out. I might see a few days, 2 or 3 days different, and yes, over time that will add up. But for me, usually the hair on my head starts to grow, it gets itchy, and I find that it's time for this system to be removed. All right, so here we are, taking off the blue safeties. Now, sometimes I'll run into this, and you're gonna see it here, where it may get a little bit oily, or it's just I got it wet a little bit, or for whatever reason it didn't 100% stick. It's really simple. Just kind of get your other finger in there, peel it from the blue backing, and then just remove it. Like usually it's pretty simple. It just kind of peels right off. Now this is the nitty gritty, guys. It is what it is. It's not going to be perfect all the time. Here I am doing the flamingo. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right. So now it's time to perform this lunar landing. And what I'm doing is I'm giving a slight, not a lot of tension, because I don't want to pull the system too tightly, because it'll just cause a little bit of too much tension on my scalp and get a headache. And so I'm just kind of giving it a nice little snug tug, make sure it lands without any bubbles, and it is full coverage. I'm not creating any wrinkles or flaps or anything like that. I'm just going to give it a little press in with the old phalanges there. Okay, easy peasy. That's it. That's the whole process. As you can see, it is on. It is secure, not going anywhere. Now I'm actually later this day of recording, literally 30 minutes later, I went and headed to the salon where I usually get my hair cut now. And transition. And there we go. Lucero Hair and Wellness, awesome spot in Salt Lake City. And as you can see, Ryan got me toasty, looking phenomenal. And that's it, guys. That's the whole install. Thanks to LaVivid and the new Zeo product. Check it out.